What is going on, guys? It's Justin, and I know it's been a couple of days since I made a video, and I do apologize for that. But I'm back again, and in this video, I'm just going to go over the videos that I've watched over the last couple of days. I know I said I was going to be doing individual reviews, but I've been so busy that I haven't been able to get on here and actually make videos, so I'm going to catch you guys up with the actual movies that I've watched, just so you guys see which ones I've been checking out. So let's get started. The first movie that I saw was a classic from 1980. I believe it was, sorry, 1988, sorry. And the movie that I'm referring to is Coming to America, classic Eddie Murphy. Of course, it's about Eddie Murphy being a prince in Africa, coming to America, coming to Queens, and just trying to find a wife, and just the funny antics that happen in this movie are just hilarious. And there's a certain batch of characters that I definitely definitely amuse me every time that I watch this movie, and they are Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall with the characters that they play in the barbershop. Those guys crack me up all the time. The scene with Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali was just amazing, amazing comedy genius, and I wish Eddie Murphy still made movies like this, because when he was doing like Coming to America, Raw, Delirious, and those kind of movies, that's when Eddie Murphy was definitely in his prime, and it's sad that he's gone from that to like Pluto, Nash. So anyways, so that's the first movie that I checked out. The second movie that I checked out was Major League, and it came out in 1989. Classic Charlie Sheen movie. It's of course about the Cleveland Indians and their race towards a pennant, even though their management that had just taken over a female manager or owner didn't want them to win. So she kind of sets up this team where it's like outcasts, and they end up just going through a crazy journey throughout the whole season. Wesley Snipes is also in it, and he's funny as hell in it. He is Willie Mays Hayes, and definitely a movie that you guys need to check out, and it's a definitely a classic. I sound like Rain Man. I keep saying definitely. Anyways, it's a classic. You guys need to check it out. The next movie that I checked out was The Last Boy Scout, and this movie is very underrated. Basically, I haven't heard any reviews about it. It came out in, I believe, Sorry, let me just double check this. It came out in 1991, and it has Damon Wayne and Bruce Willis. Basically, this was when Damon Wayne was still in Living Color days, so to see him do an action flick, there was comedic aspects to his character, but he had great chemistry with Bruce Willis, and it's definitely a classic that a lot of people don't talk about, and I would definitely suggest you guys checking out, because it's one of those movies where you can sit through a couple of times, and it's definitely an action movie that is worth seeing. So the next movie that I watched was one that I picked up and showed you guys in one of my recent videos, and it is City Slickers. It is a great Billy Crystal movie. Basically, he's an outer-towner that ends up going to this resort sort of thing that's based around country western, and it gets involved in the what's going on with some of his friends and the people that he runs in with. Just a mixture between the West and his culture in New York City. It's just amazing chemistry, and it's a great movie. The next one that I checked out was a movie that came out in 1984, and it's a great John Hughes film, 16 Candles. This is, I believe, the first movie that Molly Ringwald was in of all the John Hughes movies. I'm not sure if Betsy's Wedding might have been just right after this, but 16 Candles is a hilarious movie. People stereotype this movie and say that it's sort of like a chick flick, but the movie has aspects that are just hilarious, and the characters that develop throughout the story and the storyline in general is just a great movie. I definitely suggest you guys checking out, and You know, if you guys don't know who Molly Ringwald was or how important she was to the 1980s um, film, like comedy film around the early 1980s, you guys need to check out her, check out the Brat Pack, because the Brat Pack was just sort of like a group of actors that were in several movies together that made great movies, and they were also pretty much in a lot of John Hughes movies. So I think that that's what more or less created their whole image. The next movie that I checked out was a movie that came out in 2008, and it was also I picked it up the same day that I picked up City Slickers, and it was a blind buy. I didn't really know what to expect from it, but it was one that, after watching it, I thought it was put together quite well. And the movie that I'm talking about is We Are the Night, starring Mark Wahlberg and Joaquin Phoenix. And basically, Mark Wahlberg's like this cop, and his brother's into all these drug scenes and stuff like that. And there's a lot of crimes going on in the club that his brother owns, and it's just how the relationship between Mark Wahlberg and Joaquin Phoenix, and how it kind of intertwines without crossing that barrier, sort of thing. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's a movie that starts off a little bit slow, but definitely gets into a lot of action, so it's worth checking out. The next movie that I checked out came out last year, and there was a lot of hype around it, and I didn't really know what to expect going into it, because there's sort of like mixed reviews. People were saying that it should have won Academy Awards, but I had never seen it, so I didn't want to pass judgment on it. But after watching it, I would definitely say that it should have won at least one award. The movie I'm talking about is Drive. Just some of the scenes in it were just crazy. You know, people were comparing it to Days of Thunder, not knowing the actual story behind Drive. And after watching it, it was just, like I said, it was amazing. Amazing story, amazing footage. Definitely should have won at least a couple awards, and it's sad that it got passed by at the Academy Awards. And the last movie that I checked out was a movie starring Simon Pegg, and this one is another one that I've never heard anyone do any reviews on, and it's a great comedy. Simon Pegg, makes great British comedies. He was in Shaun of the Dead as well, and the movie that I checked out was Run, Fat Boy, Run. Basically, his character is someone that's about to get married and ends up running away from his bride the day of the wedding, and it's just him trying to win her back, and he has to do it by competing sort of like in a marathon. And the story is just hilarious, the antics that he goes through preparing for this marathon and trying to win her heart back after the tragedy that he had put her through by leaving her at the altar. So I would definitely check out Run, Fat Boy, Run. You know, like I said, I've never seen an actual review on it, and it's one of those movies where I could watch several times. It's that hilarious. So those have been the movies that I've watched. You guys let me know what you guys think. Comment below. And that's it for now. One love, mad love, peace.